we have a few tasks today to do in our home pottery studio. I would love to actually do all those along with all of you in live. So, what's the late? Let's start it. Okay, so the plan today is I'm going to place all these. So, I'm not sure if you have followed me. All of these needs to go back to the shelf over there. Put that. That's where I drop all my items that needs to be fired. And so I'm going to put all these individual plates, or not plates. These are like the multi-purpose functional plates come ginger, garlic shredders, and everything else. So I'm going to place all these in there. I do have quite a few. I'm going to place them back, and then we do have a lot of recycled clay that needs to be dried. I have to put it on the bats, plaster of Paris bats. If you are following me, you probably might have seen me um, adding a whole bunch of water for the reclaim bucket. So that is going to be like, hopefully we need to get that thing done today. And I feel like throwing something too, so let's see how much of it can be done. So, yay, let's get the work started. I'm going to place it in a way that you can see both this and then over there. Actually, even before that, we have to bring all of the work from my pottery table area to the table. So I'm trying to see what is the best angle to cover everything. Um, Let me see. There we, not really. Okay, hi there. Okay, so maybe this will cover everything, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to bring all of my works that I did before from my wheel area, which is right there where the table is. Not the table, but the shelf is. I'm going to bring all of them to here, and then I will be able to show you what I made along with some of the cleanup that I did. So stay tuned. Hi, I just wanted to read your comments in case if you do add any comments. Um, okay, so let me show one by one. Hi, green girl, how are you? Wow, okay. So let me show you all the pieces that I did one by one. I would love to actually. Um, how are you, green girl? I hope, let me see if you like all of the works that I did. So this is, let me try on a few different things just so I can, okay. So this is, I'm good, thanks. Well, sure, I would love to hear. Where are you connecting from? Which part of the world are you from? Um, but anyway, so this is like a beautiful, what am I trying to say? It's a beautiful flower that I carved off of like the wet clay. And then we do have the ceramic plate, and I carved like the geometric shape on this one. And then we also have kind of like a, excuse me, 3D design on this one. I mean, that's my least favorite for some reason. I'm not really sure if there are any fans, don't get hurt. But this is kind of similar to the one that I showed first, but this is kind of like a little different because I tried multiple ones. American, I love what you show. They're amazing. Keep it up. Have a good night. At least it is in America. Well, thank you. Um, okay, well, this is another carving that I did. It's kind of like a different design patterns that I tried on all different plates. These are going to be gifts for my friends and family members for Christmas. So in pottery world, like if I start like 3 months early, it might be probably too early for any type of other artworks, but not for pottery. So yay! So I got like these for like the herb harvesters. Like you can simply put like a stem and like pull it up, and then this is going to be a spoon rest. Like I got like little lip. It's very hard to show on the camera, but I do have a little lip here, and then you can use it as a coaster to place your mugs. If somebody who doesn't do like the, they can still use it to place their mugs. And this can also be like the ginger or garlic shredders. Like they can simply just start using to shred their garlic if they love tea. And yeah, or spoon rest. Like I think I altogether was able to say like a few different things. And I'm planning on actually doing some Christmas colors, which is probably going to be like you can probably hang it to the Christmas tree. So yay, so many different. Hi, Yamini. How are you? Ta-da! But yeah, okay. And then there is another one that is I miss you too. Oh, you can always come here. Okay, so here is like all is well from one of the audience that asked for like can you carve the letters. I tried it. It did work, I would say, but it's really hard for me to get into like so many details. Hi again. I would love to stay and watch these amazing designs, but I do have to work on schoolwork, keep up the work, and never give up. God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much again for subscribing. I'm not really sure what my intent is when I started this channel, but I do hear a lot of good comments from all of you, which is very, very encouraging. And I love the support that you all do give. So I'm really happy and I feel blessed. But yeah, okay, going back. So this is another beautiful. Well, I love to kind of do it very free-handed when I have like so much room, but not on this one. So I tried. I don't know if this is kind of like good enough, but okay, let's bring some more because these still are kind of like wet because of the season too. We need to have a little bit more dried piece for me to start like firing it. So yeah, I'm going to bring all of them closer to this table, which makes it easy to shift them there. So yay. A few more still there. Okay. So one of the other viewers also suggested to draw a boat, and I tried. It looks like a good boat to me, but when I was a kid, this just brings out my memories when I'm a little one. So I used to draw something like this, but this time I graduated from just not doing boat, and also I drew like a person with like a big rowing thing. What is it called? Like the rowing thing. So that was fun. And the next one I did is also very similar to this one, but this is like really big. I showed it a little earlier, and this is another carving, geometrical one. Hi, David. How are you? And another geometric one. Very pretty, right? I love these. Like when I'm actually doing these, I felt really happy. Really happy. It's because very smooth lines are like very satisfying for me when I'm doing it. So I felt really good. Um, and then another geometric one, but this is a little different from the others. And then, yes, I have to tell you that the sunset pieces are like, the sunrise pieces are like, it's in the middle of the ocean. They're really good. I love them so much. I feel like carving so much. I mean, this is my first try. Like, I couldn't say first because I carved so many of the others over there because these are gifts. I don't know how many people that are going to be, that I'm going to be gifting. So, yeah, I need to make more, is what I thought. So, yay. So, there's few more that I need to bring them close to you and then I can show you in a sec. Let me just get them. I can put this back. These are my back mates. Okay, so there are actually more, like I said. I like to actually take a seat here. Okay. Technically, I'm sitting like everywhere on dirt here. Okay, so this is like another chrysanthemum flower. This is my first one, and I love, love, love this one because look at it. There's no like stenciling or anything that I did. I just used freehand to carve it, and I absolutely love this one. This is so pretty, isn't it? Okay, so the next one is another detailed sunrise in the ocean. Isn't that cute? Okay, again, this one is dried, much dried than compared to the other ones, but it's still, there's no harm in letting it dry for a couple more days, right? So that's where I feel like pottery takes like really long time. Okay, and then this one is also, I should be able to brush some of the dirt from the grooves, but this is also another like floral design that I tried. Um, this is really fun. There is another beautiful, cute little girl that asked for Christmas tree. She suggested to draw like some cookies or like the Christmas related themed one. I tried this one. I wanted like technically these to be useful year long, not just for like the Christmas season. So I tried to do it like pretty much with everything. So it's not going to go to one person. Whoever gets it, they get like the Christmas vibe. But I'm planning on trying like different colors for the different ones. So let's see how that goes. Um, and then, too bad. Okay, so this one I'm sure somebody is going to appreciate. This is like a flower pot, or no, it's like a planter pot that I tried. But then unfortunately, I broke this one because it was too dry by the time I started carving, or I left it on the shelf for too long. So yeah, this one kind of like broke, but then there's no harm. I'm sure like people do appreciate that I give, or I'm gonna keep it. Like I am a plant lover, so I'm gonna keep it if it doesn't turn out, or if I don't, if I do have more, then I can keep this one for myself. If not, I can still gift it. If I mean, is it good or not? Let me know. Let me know in the comments or like just by liking it. Let me know if you like it. Um, and then, okay, so I had to stop carving all of these. Look at it. Like these are simply pretty, but then I'm afraid that I'm going to make all of them break by trying to create a lip here, right? So this one is pretty much the same. Um, when I started, like this is about bone dry, meaning like it's hard enough that if I try to do some carving or if I try to carving, I don't think technically is a problem on bone dry pieces. But if I try to do like the lip or the bending of the clay, it's going to be a little challenging. So I kind of stopped doing these. So I just left these as like a trinket plates. And I do have a ton. I would love to let you, like, I would love to share giveaways. I don't mind to just, I mean, I have a lot of these. So in case if anybody of you are interested, just let me know, leave a comment. I would love to share with all of you. And yeah, there are, I mean, there are various shapes. Hey, how are you? Are they dimes? I was just telling. Like all the plates that we tried earlier, they're like fully bone dried, and I have to wait um, not to carve on those. So they're here in case if people are interested. I would love to like send them on your way as early Christmas gifts, or by the time I finish by Christmas. Because for some reason, everybody told me that plates are like really easy to make, but very challenging to fire it, because technically you cannot place all the plates once in kiln, and it takes up so much space on your shelves. So yeah, I do have a ton of plates though, so I'm not really sure how many firings I need. And there are a few more, so let me bring them over. Okay, so these are the last. And I would love to show, heck, my plates don't even survive drying. Oh, really? I know you're just such a funny guy. Okay, so this is a trash. I'm not going to keep it. I mean, I like everything about it other than just the breaking part. So, yay, strength to me to break all these. And then this is kind of okay, but it's uneven. It has like kind of, I don't know. Tell me what I should do with it. It feels like a girl with like a bob haircut to me. Maybe I can do like a little what do you call, like design on it with like the paints, not paints, but glazes, under glazes. But so far these are like in my toss plate, like recycle plate. So I kept it aside so that I can recycle it. Okay, here is another one that there is nothing wrong. Well, there is wrong. I haven't trimmed this one because I felt like it's waste of my time. And then this is also kind of nice, but then I'm not really sure. So I kept it aside in like a salvage plate. And this one, pretty much the same issue. When I was trying to poke holes on this one, I just broke it. So that's totally fine. I'm gonna be recycling it. There is nothing wrong with this one. I guess this accidentally joined in like the trash pile. So I do have, like including that, I do have 4 of them that needs to be broken. Like I should break them all. And then there are a few other ones. It does have different designs. This is another chrysanthemum, but I'm not really sure if I'm gonna keep it because nothing wrong with it. I feel like this is very uneven and rugged. Probably I need to maybe brush or do something with it, I guess. But yeah, there it is. And then a few more chrysanthemums, but it's a different style. And then, okay, so this one is definitely something that I tried way too different. Ta-da! It has like the flower petals coming from all different directions. Totally fine, just experimented. And okay, so this, as per, like that was inspired from my previous one. Hi, um, I'm good. MZit, MZit, is that it? So yay. And then we we do have another flower plate, and then we do have another kind of like a small pop of flowers. More flowers. Although this one is quite interesting. I have to be really careful how I handle this. Um, all of these because they're so fragile right now. I should be handling them. So this one is like a beautiful falling kind of flower. Or like the top is where we have the center of it. Like that's where the flower is starting, and it's like kind of really big flower. And then more chrysanthemums. Another one of those too. I have to start counting how many I have before, because I was planning on 30. Because you never know when you start with, like, let's say I need 20 of them, 20 ish probably, just for my colleagues, and probably more for like my friends, right? So I got the lighthouse-ish. What's wrong with the lighthouse? Can anybody guess? Like this is like the ocean, and then there's like a tiny rock mountain or something, and then it has lights towards it, and yeah, pretty much it. But what do you see wrong with with the lighthouse? I don't know. I feel like there is something wrong, but I will let you guys guess it. And then there is another different design with my little different plate. This I tried like carving straight, very initial stages. I mean, of course, like any other work, I evolved through from my first ones. This is my very first one, very first one. Like I can totally see this is so good in design. It has like a wide walls, and it does have like a pretty good like a shredding space, and then I can pretty much put like really big spoons, and yeah, the flower is like really big, right? So I just like the very first one, although I thought like the very last one is going to be the best. But guess what, like initial ones I put like a lot of my effort and focus. I wanted it to look like super good, which it did really worked out. And towards the end of it, I actually put the same interest, but I'm not really sure. Maybe I got like too much carried away with my styles. But yeah, I love the very first one. And of course, I do love all of these too. But let's let them dry it for some time, and then I do have a big task right now, which I'm gonna be exhausted probably, but I will be able to show you the journey because I'm going to be recycling a bucket of clay. Okay, let me get that over close. It's sitting right there, the red bucket over there. I need to bring it over to my table, like my area down here. So I'm going to be recycling it. I broke it, yes. In case if anybody not noticed it, I broke this by slamming my big bulk piece of clay. So yay! This one is definitely overflowing with all the clay. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm not supposed to lift this thing up because it's so heavy that there is a very good chance that I might break it. Right? Can you see that? Yes, because I was having a hard time to break this big piece of clay. basically what I try to do is I let it absorb water. So I will take my seat. Let me get my sponge, which will help me to get every bit of it. Okay, I got my bucket of water, my spatula, clay, and all I need to do right now is move this thing away from me. Okay. There we go. Hi again. I am back. Sorry about that. What about it? No need to be sorry. Hope you can see this process. Early times. I saw your video and I love it. Oh, by the way, in case if you don't know, he's such a sweet person. He does a lot of research, I guess. I mean, I'm not starting from that very beginning, but for sure, it seems like he gets it from somewhere, and he does have like really good, enthusiastic work. I mean, you plan probably pretty good, but look, my clay that I got from like the walk, it still is sitting here. I need to do recycling. I mean, I need to do some work with it, but I haven't started anything yet. It's been sitting there for a month. I mean, thankfully it's clay, so it's not going to be going bad or smells bad because it's dry. So I have to do like an experiment with it if I'm going to do it. I'd have to find out how I'm going to use it because I've seen people recycle it and then they experiment it, but then I'm not an expert. For sure, definitely when it comes to like the wild clay. So I guess I need to find out what's the temperature that I need to fire it and things like that. I mean, there's a lot that I have to find out. I mean, if it is not used for like the working process, I've seen some people using it for like the glazes, which is what makes you like gives you the texture, like the shining one, like this one, right? Like the shiny texture, that's what it gives. So yeah. But yeah, if you haven't checked out Early Times, I think his channel's name is Creative. What's the name of it, Early Times again? Creative, what is that? I forgot. Sorry. Yeah, please drop a comment about your channel's name. Okay, I mean, this one should probably be good to use it, but I need to just put it in water. Innovative ceramics. Okay, yeah, it's innovative ceramics, you guys. Go check it out if you haven't. I mean, this is not anything from wild clay, but I tried my best to, for sure, always. Okay, so I tried my best to kind of use all the tools that I have to recycle this, which is my favorite job too. Like it is very, 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 very satisfying. Like I just very, yeah. The smell of it is like usually if I let it sit there for like really long time, it stinks. It smells really bad. But then this is the right time, so it smells so good. I don't know. When you probably like okay, this smells something like a first rain. Whose favorite is the first rain smell? That's definitely my favorite. I love to smell the first rain when the soil is like too dry. The smell of the clay is like so good. That's my favorite. Is it anybody's favorite? But that's how this clay right now is smelling. And here's the thing, like this one, I'm supposed to be using like a fancy tool. Yes, sometimes my clay smells like faces when I let it sit for yeah, don't let it sit for too long. For sure, that's the thing. Um, but yeah, I am supposed to be having like a fancy tool to kind of mix it so that it won't be. Yes, rain is my favorite smell too. I know, right? Although first rain is my favorite. Like I do like the rain so much, but when I smell it, the very first time when it's raining, I love the smell of it. I'm sure it's probably like everybody's favorite too, but no, I don't know. Maybe not everybody's, I guess. I feel so sad if they cannot, if they cannot like get the smell of the rain, but yeah. Okay, so usually it's better to kind of like mix it, and I don't have like the mixing tool, so my hand is pretty much everything and it's doing the job. This plaster of Paris bat is like really thick and it should be able to take any of the excess water, which there's barely any because I pretty much filled it to the top. So, yay. Ta-da! So yeah, today there's going to be a ton of recycling because I don't have enough clay to work with. I mean, I do have clay to work with for today, but I do need more clay for tomorrow if I'm gonna come, so yeah. Okay, so here is my experience. Once you let it dry, I mean, you pour the clay to dry, you do have to make sure that it is even because in my experience, the rookie's mistakes, I guess, initially when I started to let it dry, when it is like rough here and there, like let's say that this is like, it has like the sharp edges, okay? If it is like this, it's not going to dry well because the first, the, what do you call that, spiky one gets dried so fast, but not the one down at the bottom. Hence, it's going to make like a very spiky, dried, it forms like a rock. I'm sorry, I would love to stay, but I have to go. I pray that I will be ready for next live stream. No worries, early times. But don't come up with a new name once again. I don't understand. Like, are you asking bots for giving you all the creative names? I don't know how you were coming up with so many different names. But yeah, good luck, I would say, for all your work that you're doing. Keep charged up and encourage everybody else. Okay, this is kind of like heavy too. Okay, so this should be like a good consistency, but that's totally fine. If it's not, I can always like recycle it, like let it dry, and I can do pretty much what I am doing right now, so it should be good. Good luck to you too, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Although I miss Lucy. I don't know where she is, but I miss Lucy. She's like really good. And who else? Like Smart Butterfly, for sure. And then Black Tar. Of course, that's you. And Bilgit. Wow, yeah. I come across so many different people, and I love the energy. When I meet new people, that's the whole point, and for sure I'm connecting with different sides of the world. Okay, let's get this thing wrapped up. This probably needs like a day or two to completely dry out. And it's totally fine to let it like stay here. And if it's like too dry, I can always like add some water or sprinkle some water, but or I can always recycle it once again. That would be so much work, but sure, that's what you have to do. I mean, as long as it is in like the clay, um, like when I make something and it didn't work out the way that I want, I can always reclaim that clay. But once it's like fired, which is where it turns to like very solid, that's where I feel like very kind of like that's such a waste of like clay. So I'm not really sure how others use it, but I feel like it's such a waste. I do have some pieces that are sitting in that stage in my backyard. Those are like from my early learnings. My kids use it as like the bird feeders. They sometimes do feed the birds and they play in those things. So yeah. Hear that sound, you all? Ooh. I feel exhausted. I feel exhausted with this one. Hey! Oops. Almost dropped a big chunk of it. Is it just me or everybody else? Like I get itchiness when I'm working with clay. Like I get itchiness inside my teeth. I feel like crushing my teeth. I don't know if it's just me or if it's for everybody else because I feel like it's such a strong physical work I have to do. And the smell of clay too is like, ouch. Okay, this one is really a giant. That I didn't break it properly well, but yeah. Okay, so what happens when I finish up towards the corner? Like I start over from the corner because that's no big deal. It will probably take like a few extra hours or like maybe a day extra. That's totally fine with me. I mean, I can clearly see if my plaster of Paris bath is like too dry, I can kind of like wedge it really well. But if it's gonna take its sweet time, that's totally fine. Like I said, I will let it. But I can clearly see that this clay is like going to be ready for me to work with. So. It's like really stuck. Oops! Let me move. I do. I'm sorry about that, guys. I do have automatic lights and they do turn off if I don't move from my place. Although it's not the case most of the time. Because I have to work here for really long hours and they do have like mind of their own. At times they don't shut off and sometimes they do frequently shut down. I don't know if you have any suggestions for me to keep it on all the time unless I turn it off. You're welcome to give me some suggestions. Does anybody wants to eat it? Here. Another big white. We're almost done. So close. I do have another bucket that's different clay from this one. That one is porcelain and this one is a different clay, like that has grog in it. This one is a stoneware, so it has grog in it. There's nothing wrong as far as I know, like mixing both of them because I only do small batches of that. So if there's anything wrong, I guess I'm gonna find out when I what do you call when I cook it. I hear a lot of people saying like, do you cook it? And I'm like, yeah, I cook it. Although it's technically different. Well, I think it's the same maybe. I don't know. But yeah, another good piece of it. We're so close to getting this done. Once we're done, I would love to throw some pieces on the wheel. So let's just get this thing done first. So what's going to happen is like the one that's on the bottom is going to dry out so fast because the stone down at the bottom is like plaster of Paris down the bottom is like very dry. So it's going to take up like its sweet time to get to the top. So what I'm going to do is like whenever it's ready, I'm going to flip over, like make the clay on the bottom to the top, or like I'm going to move it with my spatula. It is very like I said, it's satisfying process, but I have to be really quick when I'm doing those kind of steps. Otherwise, if it dries so much, then you're gonna restart the process, or you have to like add more water to it, like which I never did adding water part because that never happened to me. But if it's too dry, technically you would have to do, or you'd have to wait for like really long time to get another batch of clay to work with. So, ta-da! We're almost to the bottom of it. I feel like I'm working with like batter, pizza dough or something. Go! Oh, that's my little one. She's been looking for me, I guess. Okay. Huh? Okay, so this is what the spatula does. Like it cleans out the clay really good. Like look, my hand, almost like there's not, I've never touched clay. Well, kind of. So, just scrape over the entire thing. It's really important for my hands to apply some kind of lotion that needs to be heavy enough, otherwise it's going to make your hands super duper dry. So I apply some Vaseline. I do have it in my studio, so I'm gonna apply like whenever I am getting here, like I would get it ready and work with it. I'm getting to that last piece. so that I will be left with clean bucket. Almost. And then you would use your sponge to really clean this bucket. It's going to be like really nice and good as new. Ta-da! Okay, let me show you how we started, like where we started and how I am doing. Okay. Ta-da! Isn't it super clean? Well, almost. Hear me out, this is definitely the satisfying part. Like when I actually use the sponge, I'll let you see the magic. It just cleans out everything so smoothly. Yeah, I mean, look at that. And then I can actually use it once again for my next recycling batch. I usually use this bucket for whenever I'm wheel throwing. I use this bucket for you know, adding all the wheel thrown clay on this one. So and then this is as simple as just wiping out with your sponge. It's going to be super duper clean. However, if I do it on like the black surfaces, it's going to be leaving like really that white scars, not scars, I would say like the white texture, not texture, but like the stains, I guess it's called. But yeah, it's as simple as that. And I do have to wedge some clay for working on the wheel right now. That's my favorite one. Like I have been waiting to do some wheel throwing. So let's grab some clay. Let me push this one over. I will let you see. Let me grab. Okay, once again, these are the pieces that I was showing earlier. All the beautiful ones. They're lying over here. This one is gonna go to recycle once again because it barely dried. Like I can see that it's wet inside, but on a few areas it's kind of like needs to be dropped into the bucket once again. Yeah, this one is all like, okay. I left it on the table, and guess what? This turned into like rock. So.
Are you recycling this again?
No, not today. That's the plan for like a later time.
I'm excited to see these. Oh, I love this piece. Oh wow, it's so beautiful.
Okay, well I have to recycle all these too. And then I'm going to wedge. Okay, I have learned my lesson. If I do have pieces that are on the table and if I wedge it here, guess what it's going to do to my pieces? It's going to break. because the slamming that I'm gonna do, so I have to be really careful. And I have to put these back on the shelf there. Let me lift this thing up a little so that, there we go, so that you get to see. They're like about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20, yeah, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 of them. We need probably a couple more, but I'm going to probably give them the plates. They can be technically used as like the spoon rest coasters, except the shredders, like the garlic shredders, they can technically use it. So I guess I'm going to give these. if nobody's gonna ask for, like, you know, a free giveaway, so like I would love to do that. And I have to be really careful. Like I said, these are like not technically dry completely, but I'm going to be stacking up carefully based off of like the sizes, because I don't want to take the risks of putting them flat, which is really hard for me to see if I'm placing it up at the top. So I'm stacking them very carefully because I don't want it to accidents. They're like the second name for pottery. I just feel like it's very easy for us to kind of like get any accidents so easily. This one is still, I feel like it's not completely dry. So yeah, let me see, probably by tomorrow, hopefully there won't be too many dry, like wet pieces. Okay, we'll put them there, far away, safe and sound. I'm going to stack these real quick. I wish there's a magic stick with me. I can simply just like turn it. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but I'm stacking them. Anyways, for bisque firing, I can do this totally. Hi, Gangarao Ugos. Hi. How's it going? Okay, so I'm almost technically done. We can start wedging. Although I'm having like the sizing issues with some of these. Maybe put it on here. Yep, that'll work. Oh, look at that. Isn't that great? That's pretty cool. This is the smallest of everything. Okay, stack it carefully so that it won't break the next one. And I'm going to probably not overstack because the weight is also going to be a challenging thing for the pieces that are on the bottom. Yeah. I see a piece or two that kind of are like, in a desperate need of like fixing, because I see like a small tiny mini cracks. That's okay. Okay, so I'm going to do like the cleaning magic right now. I'm gonna grab my sponge and it's going to do like wonders. If I just dip it in water and you will see, I mean, technically it's not going to be, but once I do this cleaning part, you will clearly see what kind of magic it is. Right? I mean, smells so good too, of course, because it's all dried clay. Okay, well technically it's all clean, almost. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to take a big chunk of clay and then start bridging. There are some art pieces that my kids do it as well. They love to do pottery. They peek in sometimes if they don't think that if they didn't take shower, they would love to just rush here and like start working on. But yeah, not today. Not on like the weekdays. Okay. Another thing that I kind of missed is it is always good to start when the table is dry, but guess what I did? I don't like to see when it is like not clean, so I just cleaned it. Let's see what are the challenges we're going to face. But it's going to be very helpful when the clay is like too soft. It's very easy for me to work on the wheel versus when I'm working on the wet table. I do have some clay, like this one, in like a tote, kind of like a box. So I wrapped it inside a cover, like a plastic wrap so that it's easy and it won't be like drying out. So we just grab all of it. Oh, guess what? I do have a plaster of Paris that, so let me grab that. But again, I have to be really careful. These are really easy to break because it's technically very soft, like a chalky texture. So it's very easy to break, so I have to be really, really careful. This is one chunk, there's like a couple more. All of it. Technically, this is what I have. So whatever pieces I'm throwing, I should be able to do it with this one. The other day I've seen somebody throwing a piece and they are sculpturing from that. So I wanted to try that. Let me try out how much of it is reasonably can be done. And then I also wanted to give my kids' teachers like some gifts for Christmas. I mean, we've done some of those, but I wanted to do like something like fun for their teachers. So what do you think I should do? I have to think about it. But yeah, I'm planning on doing some gifts for their teachers as well. How fun would that be, isn't it? We ran out of clay already, so. Don't need that until we have our clay completely dried. So I cut that, I tucked it away. This is called wedging. How many of you know? And it's gonna take up all your energy. So you're gonna bust all your energy on this one. But it smells so good, you guys. The smell of the clay is my favorite. So why do I have to do wedging is because I don't have to, no, technically it's okay to have air bubbles, but then for wheel throwing, I think you will be able to pop it out, but it's going to be hard when you put it in the kiln. The air is going to try to escape, and then it's going to cause like the small pinholes. Hence, we need to wedge. I can see like some of the plaster of Paris is kind of like getting too much of friction to the table. This is where I think I need to use my cutting tool. Ta-da! And then I should be able to do it really quick. This is so easy. Like if I cut it into half, it's so easy to work with. I would have done that earlier, but I have too much of confidence that I'll be able to do it, and I ended up not. This is manageable for sure. Technically, the clay is going to be spiraled. Like it's going to be spiral, like meaning I'm going to push this part and then lift it up, push this part with my hand from the top. It's going to like do more work. Push this, lift it up. Push this, lift it up. Push this, lift it up. So I have to technically do that like more than 20 times, but I'm not going to do that, obviously. I mean, we can manage it. We can manage without doing that many times, but. Okay, nice and awesome. Time flies when I come here, like time literally flies. No matter how much hard I try to get things quicker, like I don't want to, I'm not in a rush, so I don't always force myself to look at the clock. But on the live, when I'm seeing, like I can see the time, and I'm like, really? It's been that long for me to start this work? But yeah, that's okay. This is my therapeutic time. Okay, so this one is good to use. Okay, this one is good to use, so I'm going to put it aside. And let's do this real quick. Okay, I need to lift this and put it on this one so that I'll get some friction. I'm not supposed to lift it, because if I lift my plaster of Paris back, then I don't, this keeps moving back and forth. Okay? Okay, we're good to start toying. Okay, awesome. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to throw kind of like a moon jar, and that half probably, okay, you are not seeing because it's off the camera. So this half, I'm going to throw like a vase that I've seen, and I wanted to like make a good sculpture thing out of it. Once again, I'll be able to do my magic with this one. It'll be good as new once I clean it. Told ya. Look at that. Let's do that on the back side real quick. You have to be very careful with this. So easy to break. Okay, I'm going to switch you to the wheel drawing spot where we're going to wheel draw. Take this over. Ta-da! There's my wheel drawing spot. Bring you back here. Oops. Focused on the wrong side. There we go. That's where it is. Okay. Let me bring my bulk lump of clay. Let's just get this area. I love wheel throwing. So, okay. The other day I got these these lumps ready for doing all the work. But then guess where it all ended? Right here in the bucket. Ta-da! So I'm going to be breaking those because it's not a good practice of throwing these as lumps. Oops. Throwing these as lumps. Instead, I need to break them. Yeah. So let me get my big lumps of clay. Okay. Then I will place them somewhere over here. You're like turning in all different directions, okay? That's technically what's happening with my tripod today. It's like shy. Okay. Okay. You can see me? Yup, you can. Totally. Where's my water? It's right there. Where's the water? Come on. This is my water bucket. Now, let's break this one real quick so that we get to work with broken piece of clay. Like we can recycle it so easily. stone hitting. But look at that, that's like a rock. It is a clear rock, but it's so strong. Very strong. There's one more. Because I'm testing out which one is like stronger here. This one is kind of like soft because that's because I put I've added it to like the top of the bucket that I do have some water in. This one is like so super strong. Let's see which one wins, left or right. Oh my goodness, this is really strong. I guess I need a hammer to break them. Anyways, I'll do that probably later. And then let's bring the wheel closer. But yeah, where are you all connecting from? I just wanted to kind of meet with all of you, and hence I am here. Okay, just getting things a bit ready. This one technically needs to go the other way. Okay, because I'm going to throw a big one, I need a bigger size. So I think I technically can do it on this one. Okay, I have an idea. Like I can actually technically use the entire one. Although I feel like I can use the entire bat, because that's going to be more useful. Let's see. Let me decide. Yeah, I think we need to switch to this bigger one. There, this one is like fully complete, so we should be able to use that. If this pops out, easy enough. Nope, it's not. Okay, let's see. That's going to help us, hopefully. Huh, it's stuck. It is stuck. Huh, there we go. Okay. How is it getting stuck? In case if you don't, there is this thing called Handmade. Once I dip it in water, it technically works as like a glue between the wheel and the bat. Bat is made of like wood, and then this one is like some sort of a soft material. I do have one of it here. Where is my other one? I should have two. Where's my other one? Let's see. Where's my other one? Really? Okay. Let's dip this one in water real quick. And sponge it out. My other one is like totally fine, but this wheel for some reason, I got it from Amazon Marketplace and it is leaving some stains here. If I let it sit in water. Not like annoying, but it's kind of like why? I guess that's the point. Okay, so we need to technically make sure that there's no air bubbles or anything. And then just make sure that it is centered. Well, it's not going to hurt if it's not, but the back has to be centered. Okay, this is good. Okay, because that inspires me to work with the clay. This is all from my, oops, wrong bucket. So this is all from my, like the pieces that I have here is all from my previous work. I trimmed quite a bit, and hence I'm left with all the clay pieces in my splash pan. Okay, I'm going to throw a big moon jar. You know, like moon jar is something that's like round in shape, and it looks so pretty, like my favorite shape. I've thrown a few big pieces before, but I am thinking of, I planned on throwing one before, and guess what? I ended up with a really beautiful pitcher, water pitcher, but then I had to end up recycling it. The reason is because that has like a S crack inside. It's not going to bother anyone but me. But I always think of, like, you know, there's always another chance if I recycle the clay. But if I fire it, right, like this thing is going to fire it up really to the high temperatures, and it's not going to really help me. Like later on, I cannot gift it because it's broken. I cannot keep it or use it. Well, yeah, I can use it. But oh my goodness, I cannot read that name. But hi starts with P in English. Hi, how is your day going? What's happening on the other side of the world? Okay. Yeah, looks so nice so far. So good. I think we can start. Always wanted to get the water ready and my knife tool. Can go there. Okay, so who's excited? I am excited. Okay, so this thing is going to be. We need to find a spot. That's the target. That's the target. And then let's slam this because it needs to be stuck to this wheel. Otherwise, it's hard for us to work with. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay! We almost hit the target. I just lift this thing up. There we go. I don't know if that's easy enough, but yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do the centering. Technically, centering is holding my hand right here and it's not supposed to move. And then use the other hand to cone it. Look at that! As simple as that, right? No, it isn't. It wasn't centered before to me this easily because of lots of reasons. The primary reason is because I struggled a lot with the clay that I used back then. That was a different one. It's like a cheesy structure, but it wasn't easy enough, you guys. I struggled and yeah. This clay is super easy to work with and super comfortable, convenient, and I get to do like so many things with this. Okay, legally. For all the soft ones, I use this one. Look at that, as simple as that. I centered one. Then let's do one more coning. Pull the clay from the bottom and like use your hand. Like this hand is going to push it down and this hand is going to stop from going into all different directions. Okay. Okay, so this is going to remove like any of the air bubbles when I wedged. I don't know if you all seen it, but when I wedged, it's going to take out all the air bubbles, but if there are any, this is going to help. That's my experience. Like I've seen some air bubbles popped, and then yeah. However, I need to learn like a different technique for this because if I use too much water, this is forming like S cracks. So instead of wet, like making the clay wet, I can use my hands. Smart idea, right? I can use my hands and then, okay. And I'm thinking of throwing about this height, not really any specific requirements. Okay, this is probably our chance to take any of the excess clay from the bottom and use just a little bit of water to make your hands kind of like go smoothly with the clay. Okay, I made like a well inside. Okay, so today, I don't know how many of you are familiar with Canadian Pottery Throwdown. It's one of the shows that actually is for pottery people that does pottery, right? So it's one of the shows hosted by Canadian channels, and then there is a guy, I don't know his name, but he did actually showed how you can lift the walls. I used to do like in a different way, but then I think I'm gonna be trying his way today, which is like I normally just use like this from the side, from my right, but I'm going to see how his is. Like his is try it from the opposite and then start lifting the walls. So I guess I'm going to try that now today. If it doesn't work, like I'm gonna try my way. I'm gonna go back to my way. Let me just smooth out here from the top. Okay, and then he actually made the walls wide first and then lifted up the walls. Okay, it's different to different people. Like not everything is going to be like everybody's has their own style, but once in a while if you kind of try a different method, it's going to like you're going to find out like if it's easy enough, then you can continue that. If it's not, then yeah, you're going to back to your way, which I feel like really tricky to do it from the side. Let me try one pull. That's good. I mean, I like kind of my way. I'm gonna go back to my way because it was challenging enough for me. Maybe because of the water. I normally use a little bit more water, but I'm trying to use less water today. Put it to the opposite. Just so I'm not going to hurt myself, right? Okay. This is my way, you guys. Technically, it has to be to the inside because if it is towards the outside, the force is going to make it even go like wide enough. But if you go inside, it's going to be helping you instead of working against. Okay, so I found the air bubble. I'm going to pop it. Basically, I'm going to poke it. Hold on, you can see it? Nope, it's on this side now. But yeah, if there are any air bubbles, like technically you can just poke it and then it will just pop and then air kind of escapes. Okay? And do one more pull from the bottom. I can see one more pop somewhere. Okay, one more. Yeah, you see that? It's kind of like in a wide angle, so I'm going to use some water and like gently push it inside. Yeah, well, it's kind of like wobbly. And, well, saved it, right? It went inside. And then let's just get some water. So this is the challenging part with this. Like if I use too much water, it has like a crack. It forms some S cracks, so that's my experience with this one anyways. I'm going to, all my tools are inside this one. I dropped something. My pin tool, which is supposed to be with me. Okay, well, it's wide enough once again. I think I'm going to work on the inside carefully. Okay, so from what I have heard, it's not such a great idea to make the bottom wide. Hi. Yeah, I can say hello and hi, but I can't read your name, unfortunately. Okay. And let's go back. Okay. So now this is nice and clean. Let's see. Nice and clean inside and outside as well. I can use this. So the reason why I'm doing that is because I see like a dent here. Either I have to use my pin tool or I have to cut this thing. I mean pin tool to cut this obviously, but I can always use my sponge or chamois. I don't know where I left my chamois. It should be somewhere here, but I don't see it, so I'm going to use my sponge. Right, okay, so now I'm going to try to attempt if I'm going to make a bowl, because my initial thought is to make like a round vase, uh, but it's too wide at this point, so it's gonna be too risky, so I'm gonna try it anyways. If we're gonna fail, I think I'm gonna be diverted and like I will try to do like a big bowl. Okay? Okay, so trying to make a belly. Belly is technically making like a curve shape. Okay, nice. We're so far getting good, but I need to get it like closer. Oh, I went in all different directions with this one, guys. But I know one way to save it. You know how? Is by making it flip to the back. That's how I can save it, but then I don't like the ground that it has. This is what happens when I use too less of a water, I guess. Learn my lesson. Yeah, the bottom looks good. It looks like a big sachet. Satchel. Oops. Okay. Where is my, use this. See, I started somewhere and I got somewhere. It'll be very interesting to talk to you. I have difficulty understanding English. My mom told me to learn English. Oh, nice. So you can use this one as an opportunity to learn English, I guess. Yeah. Before my journey to America, I started watching English movies, which did really help me to crack some of the exams. So, yeah, maybe this could be like learning both at the same time. But what is your name? I'm having a hard time reading your name through that language thing, so. I guess we ended up with something. We ended up with something, I guess. This is totally silly. Always happens with pottery. Unexpected things. Has to be your best friend. Okay. I think I'm going to use this. Trying to save it for some reason. I don't understand why I can't simply just let it go, but I'm trying to save it. Found my pin tool. Going to cut out the excess clay once again. I feel like I'm cutting out too much of clay from this, but I don't know. Let's see. Oh my goodness! Okay, well, definitely I'm going to not going to finish this, but I guess I'm going to play until this one starts breaking itself. I keep cutting so much from it. It's so much fun. So I'm continuing it. Okay. I'm enjoying this process for sure. Oh wow, it's too much. Are your products for sale or do you have a large family? No, my products are not for sale. I would love to donate for some amount, I guess, and then I can ship it for if you're ready to kind of like pay for shipping, I can ship it. But yeah, no, this is not for sale. I would love to work with clay, and then if people are okay or happy to pay, I would love to. But I'm not charging them any as of now. So let's see. Do you think we can still continue working with this one? I don't know. I'm having too much fun, so I'm gonna continue. There may be more air bubbles. This is more likely for my happiness. Pretty much it. So. And then gifting like friends and family. Pop, bada, pop, bada, pop. We're trying to save all of it, okay? But I'm not really sure if we are really going to. And sometimes it's really good days. Sometimes it's not with pottery. So I'm like trying myself it to be or trying to change it to be a good day with pottery. Because not all the time when you are planning on throwing something is going to turn the way that you like. So I'm okay with it. At least I tried. There was a big air bubble inside there. Yay! Thank you. Have a great one to you too. I'm cracking all the air bubbles. Yeah, this one looks promising. At least not like really big one, but a small one. Can feel some air bubble kind of somewhere lurking in there. There's like a big air bubble inside. Really liking the shape of it. It's so good. Okay, I'll just go with this one. I don't understand. Like, I wanted to go back to like the moon vase, but sometimes I like this one and I end up making this shape. Although I kind of like um, not know which place it can be used for. Like it can be like a good serving bowl, like really functional. But I'm not really sure where people, yeah, just let me know. What do you think? I have seen these shapes and I love those shapes. I always try to get like the moon jar shape and then I come back to this one. And then I went back to bowl. This is the hard thing with pottery. Like you love every shape, you don't know where to stop, and you keep continuing, and then you eventually stop breaking. Like you eventually finish with a broken one. So, okay, that's cute. Okay, what do you think? Yeah, what do you think? Should I stop here? Let's do. Let's do. Where's my? Huh? Where did I put my? There. Soft red. This is another shape. I'm making all kinds of shapes in here today, you guys. And then it became a plate. Nah, it became nothing but a practice. Okay. Told ya. This is where I think I'm gonna end up. No, I manifested for breaking this one, I guess, so yeah. Don't want it to say. Let me see what we're gonna do. Oops. What we're gonna do with the other one. Because I'm having so much fun with pottery today. Yeah, it's the proof that not every day is going to be in our hands, although technically it is in my hands, but you never know what's going to come up. I guess we need to get ready. So I'm going to use one more. I do have a big lump of clay. So, okay. This live is going to be really long, so I'm going to rejoin the live in a minute. So we'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for joining. If you haven't subscribed or if you're not a member yet, go subscribe and check out the projects that I've made so far. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you in a bit. Bye.